Hey everyone, how you doing today? I'm Kirsty and this is weekly reading vlog number 8. It's the last full week of February, which is kind of insane to me, and I'm a little bit mind blown. But I've realised that this month I've not used my bullet journal at all. I've not done any weekly spreads, I've not filled in any of my mood trackers, and for some reason I just haven't even thought about it. But I'm noticing that my depression's not doing too great. I have been struggling with my mood, but also I've noticed that I'm not filming and posting as much. So I've definitely had a bit of a slump in motivation, which is why at the end of last week I started to come up with plans and ideas and changes for the channel. And then last night I've done, going from now until December, I've written down everything that I need to do for my videos every month, and I've got so much to come and I'm like re-energized and reinvigorated. I've also, on my latest channel update video, I asked for some recommendations of content that you would all like to see, and a few of you have absolutely come through. So there's been suggestions with the art and creativity and journaling side that maybe I could do the routines of a writer, follow their routines for a day or for a week or so. Same like doing an artist, maybe like following their routines for a week. There's supply videos, spreads that I want to use, all sorts of inspiration, all sorts of ideas have been given to me. There's also some projects that I'm launching this month that I'm really excited for. And yeah, I'm just like, okay, this is going to be good. So I'm going to be starting to use my journal way more, and I need to do some work today, hence the filming. So first of all, reading that I need to get done this week. As said, we only have 8 more days left in February and I'm low-key panicking. I don't think I'm going to hit anywhere near the amount of books on my TBR as I was expecting to, but I have still read I've read 4, 5 so far, which is about my normal. So I'm not really too worried, but I am like, okay, I do have a lot of books that I've started and need to finish. So the first one is the Ice Sea Pirates that I think I started on the 1st and just haven't gone back to. Then I started the Butterfly Assassin by Finn Longman, and I'm only a chapter in, or a couple of chapters in, so I want to get that one finished. On my Kindle, I've got Fortuna Sworn that I'm about 35–40% through. I've then got Ace Notes by Michelle Curie-Chanskaya, and that is only 5 pages through. So I've got a lot of reading to catch up on. And then finally, this week, major plans are to kickstart 2 creative projects. Well, yeah, this week. I've got A Year to Change Your Mind that I've talked about in last week's vlog, and then The Artist's Way. This is a 12-week course thing, but I'm going to do it over the course of a year. And it's basically just a way to use reflective journaling to unlock your creative potential again. And then the last thing that I absolutely have to do, I need to get my reading and regular bullet journal set up for March. So that means I need to pick what theme I'm going to be doing for my bullet journal. I need to try and get it posted in 2 days. So it's going to be quite a simplistic, easy to do theme, because otherwise I'll be here for a month trying to do it. And then from sort of April onwards, that's when I want to get a bit more intricate with it. So yeah, that's quite a bit that I need to get done this week, and all I kind of want to do is sit and play video games. But we shall see how I get on. Yeah. Oh, I also still need to read a book that is either set in the Caribbean or written by a Caribbean author for the Globetrotter-a-thon, because I haven't yet managed to do that. So I want to try and maybe get to like Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. Oh, and I've just remembered on Scribd, I also have a couple of manga that I'm in the middle of. So yeah, I have got a lot of reading to try and cram in this week, but I'm sure we can do it. I have post. I haven't ordered anything. Let's find out. I thought it was a book, but then I've just gone, that's not a book. I'm gonna kill you, Ren. How long did you search for this? Oh my god. That is too much, and I'm trying not to smile because I'm telling you off. Ren! Okay, so for anyone who's now just like, who's Ren and what's going on? Ren is the reading Ren from Australia. I will link them below. They're incredible. And we met in January and we've just kind of become inseparable straight away. And we've been talking a little bit about pagan-y, witchy, that kind of like thing. And I was saying that I used to be into tarot and I kind of drifted away from it, but I'm vaguely interested in getting back into it. They were like, oh, pop some tarot decks onto your Amazon wish list if you see one that you like. And I did see one that I really liked, but they tried to buy it for me and for some reason Amazon would not let them do it. So it was like, that's not a problem. I'll just get them for myself at some point in the future. Only I then had to give them my address for something else that they wanted to do. So the bugger's gone and bought me them. I fell in love with this one for the art that was on here because it's an animal tarot and the cards are just so beautiful. And one of the cards has an otter. And obviously I had to have it because it's otters. Ooh, the box is rainbow. Ooh. Everything about this packaging is amazing. Oh my god, that smells. Oh. Every, like, books have smells, but certain books have better smells, and this is god tier smell. And then we have the deck. Oh my god. Look at that shine. There we have the back of the deck. And then we have the deck. Look at these cards. Look at it. Look at that. The Hermit's a snow leopard, which is actually really, really fitting if you know anything about snow leopards. Oh, 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 okay. Alright, I'm going to put these back to keep them safe. And then I'm going to message Ren to say thank you and to also tell them off. Because they keep saying I'm not allowed to buy them things, and this is now the third thing that they've bought for me. And I do not like this imbalance. But yes, this is just so beautiful. Thank you. That's 7 minutes of me gushing about tarot cards. Reading update. I've only got one update. I did almost no reading. When I said I had all that reading to do yesterday, and then I barely did any. What I did do though, I finished I Hear the Sunspot, and I immediately downloaded the next one and ended up reading 5 volumes in total, I think, are on Scribd, because there's the first one, the sequel, Limit 1, Limit 2. So I read 4 of the manga volumes. So I did read 1,000 pages yesterday, but they were all manga. So it wasn't really novelty, and it wasn't the books that I was supposed to read, but I'm still very happy with that. And I can't wait to get the final one, see how it's going to finish. And the author, I thought for quite a lot of this that the author must be hard of hearing or deaf themselves, because they've done so well. But when I've read like the end notes and the author notes, no, she isn't deaf herself. What she has done is she has created this series with the help of the deaf community. She's gone to deaf schools. She's spoken to people that she knows that have got hard of hearing problems. And she's really worked with them. And it's like, this is how you write something you're not familiar, you don't have personal experience with, well. You write it with people who do experience it, and you have sensitivity readers. And yeah, I think it was fantastic. But yeah, that's all the reading I did yesterday. Today I am very late starting my day again. I went to bed early for me. I went to bed at 11:30, 12, and then just didn't fall asleep till 4. And I was tossing and turning and trying, and it just didn't happen. So yeah, today my plan... Well, there's probably no point in me saying plans, because every day I set plans and then the next day I'm like, hey, I didn't do them. So I'm not going to set any plans. I'm just going to go on and do my day, and then tomorrow I'll tell you what I got on with, or later on today I'll tell you what I got on with. That's what I'm going to do. It's not that late, it's only 9:30, but I've had a weird couple of nights sleep and it's affecting me, but I'm also only on 10% battery, so I need to hurry this up. I've basically spent the day watching a documentary called, oh my god, Earthstorm. You can tell I'm a geography teacher because most of the time they like say these things in the narration where they're like, and this isn't the main thing that kills people in these things, and I'm like, no, it's this. And yeah, then 2 seconds later they're like, it's actually the flooding, and I'm like, because it carries disease and it does this, and then they explained all of that, and I was like, probably good that no one was in the room with me, because they probably would have been like, for God's sake, shut up. But I'm like, but I'm a geography teacher and I studied this at university, it's one of my special subjects, shut up. But it just reminded me that England, for all I hate the political side of England, I'm actually kind of happy living here. It's safe. We don't get wildfires. We don't get flooding. Well, we get flooding, but we don't get like the severe flooding that causes death very often. We don't get tsunamis. We don't have earthquakes. We don't have tornadoes. So I'm like, do you know what? Maybe England is okay. We're good. I'm happy here. I'm safe here. I've then read another chapter of The Butterfly Assassin by Finn Longman, and I am really enjoying it. I like it. Almost reads as if it's Isabel writing it, but from a third person point of view, because like one of it sort of corrects, the sentence gets corrected as they're talking. So it's saying like, from now on she's an ordinary 17-year-old girl who is going to go to school, get some qualifications and not kill anybody else. So it's almost like, you know, it's someone writing this as if it's their memories, but they're writing it like a story, and they had to like go, oh wait, no, let's not kill anybody else. So I am really liking the writing in this so far, but again, I'm still a tiny bit through. I'm going out in the morning with my uncle to visit one of my Gran's best friends. Hazel and Violet were Gran's friends for 70 odd years, maybe even more. And Violet died, no, she didn't. Hazel unfortunately died back in the 80s, and Gran never really got over it. But she and Violet always stayed in touch and were always close, and they didn't really get to see each other very often. But one of the things Gran asked us was to, you know, and specifically my uncle, was to just keep in touch and make sure that Violet was okay. So he calls her at least once a month, and then he suggested we go and visit her at some point, and I suggested, well, let's take her out for lunch. So we are taking her out for lunch tomorrow. But that should be a nice morning. Catch up tomorrow. Hi, happy Thursday. I didn't have any updates yesterday because I was actually not very well yesterday. Our plans had to be cancelled in the morning because my uncle wasn't feeling great. And then I noticed pretty quickly on that I was feeling a bit dizzy and off centre, and something didn't feel right, and then I started to feel really, really nauseous, and I was just like, I need to go back to bed. And I ended up sleeping out of the 24 hours yesterday. I think I slept for about 18, 19 of them, but I'm a bit more energetic today. I woke up about 7 o'clock yesterday evening and I had a little bit of energy, so I managed to get some filming done for doing a video that I'm going to be doing throughout the year. I've got some more videos to edit, I've got some more recording to do. I still really want to go back to bed. And I have some reading to do because I've barely done anything this week and I'm massively now falling behind and I'm a little bit stressed. Not too bad, but a little bit. So I'm going to go and sort all that out. I'll update you later. I've just recorded my March TBR. And there's only 12 books, but because I'm doing a readathon and my game, the video is going to be huge to edit. And I've already got a headache thinking about it. So yay. I have basically given up on my reading for this month. I've read the entirety of the I Hear a Sunspot manga that is available on Scribd. And I've read 1 or 2 novels, but other than that, I have done jack shit this month. Where are we? Core pile. Ow. Just double checking. Oh, I've actually... Okay, why am I beating myself up? I've actually done 4 novels
one full-length graphic novel that was like 360 pages, and then four manga volumes. Okay, scrap that. Why am I disappointed? I think it's more because I'm disappointed that I've not followed my TBR. But I am trying to do less sort of enforced TBRs now, and I would like to do more TBRs that are just a little bit looser, a little bit more casual. I don't know. I don't know why I'm beating myself up about that. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all the update I've got right now, is that I've been doing quite a lot of video editing. I've done some recording. I've buggered up my shoulder in my sleep, so doing that just really hurt. Ow. And I've got one more video that I want to record, because I've just remembered as I'm talking that I still want to do like my seasonal TBRs, to just talk about what my feelings and vibes are throughout each month and pick out some books for those seasons. So I think that might be my next video. Those are the only updates I've got today, and that's really no updates. So I'm going to get on, do some more recording, do some more editing, have some dinner, watch some TV, and hopefully get some reading done tonight. I might do some sprints, I don't know. We shall see. Catch you in a bit.
Hello, it is Saturday. Yeah, again, no reading done today. I didn't even, due to various reasons, I slept in very late and I've just not been feeling too good today. I'm very low energy, low mood, very just, something's off, I don't know what, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But I just don't really want to pick up any books. I didn't really want to play any video games earlier, and I'm just struggling a little bit today with wanting to do things. But I am now at my desk. I am sitting with my journal in front of me. I have my schedule of videos for March and April in front of me. I'm working out what needs doing, and I'm going to try and get some videos edited and uploaded by the end of tonight. Basically just so I don't go to bed and sit there and go, what did I actually do today? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at today. I did, however, last night, I finally did a thing that I've been saying for a few days that I wanted to do, and I picked up my paintbrush for the first time in about 3 or 4 months, and I did this picture. I'm really proud of. This petal is annoying the shit out of me. I didn't quite get that right, but the rest of it I am really happy with. I like how I got the colours. I like how I got some of the textures in, because a lot of tulips have that texturing on them. And so I did the base colour with watercolours, and then I went over with my pencils, with my polychromos, and did some detailing. And then I picked a marker to outline, but unfortunately that marker was a bit dried up and didn't work very well. But overall, considering the last thing I painted was 6 months ago and I hated what I did, I'm really happy with this one. I used a photo of the flowers I was sent for reference. And yeah, I think the last thing I drew before that was this little flower thing that I was practicing with. I definitely want to do some more. It's definitely reinvigorated my love, and I'm like, okay, I now want to do some more drawing and painting. And I've recently started following a new artist on, well, they're new to me, on YouTube, and she was doing like a winter art vlog, and it's just motivated me to go and do more outdoor painting and things. And with my paints, I have a very nature inspired colour palette. There's a lot of greens in there, there's a lot of blues for the sky and ocean, lots of browns and oranges for autumn. And you know, I think this is a very nature heavy palette, and it's in a nice little compact thing, so I can just go out and about. I can take these with my water brushes and go do some painting. So I'm thinking about trying to incorporate some of those in there, especially where I'm going to be kickstarting the Artist's Way this month as well. So I definitely want to get some art dates that involve me going out and doing some outdoor sketching and sort of just getting some fresh air at the same time. Other things that I'm doing right this minute, I'm just going through my journal and I'm just making sure that I have everything that I need set up, so I need to keep those two as clear pages, and then we have this one. So yeah, I've picked my theme for this month. It's going to be clouds, and it's going to be very simplistic. It's going to be like purples and greys, very simple, very quick, very easy. And yeah, I'm going to try and get some of that done if I can, and do a little bit of editing. And it's already 6 p.m, but it only feels like it's about 10-11 a.m. for me. So yeah, fingers crossed I actually get something done. Let's see. We're just going to ignore the fact that I am leaning because it is so sunny. If I move where I normally sit, yeah. Ow. So yeah, we're just going to lean and tilt and deal with the fact that our hair is greasy. I'm trying to train my hair a little bit because I used to be able to go 10 to 14 days between hair washes, especially when I first discovered the shampoo specifically for curly hair, the Naughty brand, and it was beautiful. My hair was really good, and then I've had to go back to my old shampoo, which is obviously more chemically, and my hair now gets greasy within 3 days of washing it, whereas before I could go 5 to 6 days before it got greasy. So I'm kind of trying to go as long as I can until it gets to the point that it is itching so bad that I'm going crazy. Last night was another really weird one for me. I got really tired and I was struggling all day for any kind of motivation. I didn't want to do anything. I was really struggling with energy levels and mood, and I could feel depression was kicking in really badly. And I was like, do you know what? I'm so lethargic. I'm just going to go to bed. And this was at like 10 o'clock. So I took myself up to bed, I took my laptop up with me, and I was like, I will take a couple of things up just in case I feel like reading or making notes. And I've been watching the Formula One Drive to Survive documentary. My dad has always been huge on Formula One as a kid. It's pretty much all I remember of Sundays with Dad watching Formula One. And half the photos I have of him from the 90s, he's wearing a Formula One t-shirt. So it was a very big part of the household when I was a kid, but obviously then me and my dad were separated for quite a long time and I just didn't have any interest in it. And then last year, when I was staying at his in October, I ended up watching the practices and then the qualifying, and basically I spent the whole weekend watching it with him, and all of a sudden I was like, hey, this is actually kind of fascinating. So I then followed the remainder of the season and I was like learning everything I could. I did a little bit of that thing with ADHD, you know, where I've got a new shiny thing, so I need to learn everything I can about it and become hyper obsessed with it. But I expected it to fade in the off season, and it hasn't. I don't know if it's because maybe I only caught the last 4 races, so it was only like the last 6 weeks of the season, and then we've had like 3 months off, and so it's now going to be new and it's shiny again, and all the new documentaries and stuff are launching in preparation because the first race is next week. But I've started to get really hyper obsessed again, and so yesterday I carried on. When I was upstairs, I put the next episode. I've gone back to season 1 because I thought, hey, I've now watched the latest one. I'm really interested now to go right back to the first episode and see how things develop over the years. So I went back to season 1 and I went upstairs and I just watched a few episodes. And before I knew it, it was 2 a.m. and I had not only watched about 4 or 5 of these Formula One episodes, I'd written down the entire Formula One schedule all through my journal. I'd started to set up my spreads for March. And then I did some video planning for a series that I'm doing soon where it's looking at building better writing and creative habits. And I've got a bunch of art YouTubers and artists that I really like that have done vlogs with like a day in the life, a week in the life. I've also done the same for writing channels and a couple of other channels where it's just a bit more daily life habits and things, and a couple of booktubers that I really like. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it just one day or if I'm going to do a week per person, but essentially I'm going to do some of the routines and habits of these people and decide from each one what would work well for me, what didn't work well for me, and then start to build from that. I'll do a video where I'm actually creating my own kind of habits and things that I want to incorporate. And I sat and planned all of that. So even though I was absolutely shattered and had no energy and was really lethargic and felt crappy all day, as soon as it got to night time, as always, the spark went and I went with it. And yeah, unfortunately it meant yet another night of not falling asleep till 4 or 5 in the morning and not getting up until 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. But you know what? Whatever. That seems to be working for me right now. And I've literally woken up, and sometimes I wake up and I just have like this, I always have a commentary or a song playing in my head. But on this particular occasion, I woke up and I instantly started to write a script in my head. So I've come downstairs and I'm now writing a script for it because I'm not going to be filming this for a little while yet. Fingers crossed it's going to work. So I haven't done any more reading, but I feel like I've made a lot of progress in other ways. And I am really sad because it was Chloe from Chloe Reads Books. She had a Patreon meetup yesterday. I am on her Patreon and I really wanted to go because it was only in Birmingham, so it was only half an hour away from me, but I just didn't have the funds for it this time. So I think that was partly why I went into a really big slump yesterday, is because I knew that there was something going on that I desperately wanted to be a part of. And it just made me really sad. Anyway, I'm going to get back to all this work because I don't really want to lose my flow, and I will catch in with you guys later. It's silly o'clock on Monday morning. It's like 3:30 in the morning, so I thought I would finish this vlog up. Barely any reading got done, but again, I did finish stuff because... Wait, did I finish those last week? Or were they the week before? Ooh, let's have a check. Okay, they were this week, they were Monday. So, yeah, still fitted in and finished 4 manga volumes, so boom, still on the weekly target. And I just now need to actually get around to logging them on Compile and on Goodreads and Storygraph. But other than that, barely any other reading got done. I was massively caught up with The Black Dog and The Black Cloud of Depression last week. And it wasn't until yesterday, so Sunday, that I suddenly had any urge to do anything. And the whole day was spent planning and recording and sorting out videos. And even though I didn't read, I had a really heavy video recording and editing week. So I was pretty productive, even if it wasn't for reading. And yeah, I've especially been putting a lot of focus onto a new series that I'm going to be starting very soon. I recorded the intro video for it yesterday, and that will be going live this week, and then hopefully from next week I'll be starting that. But yeah, so not a great reading week, but a very great other sort of things week. That's about all I've got to say. We've only got today and tomorrow left of February, so probably going to have a lot more books that I don't finish this month than I've done so far this year and probably for the past few months. But I'm not going to beat myself up because I did read other things and I did complete my buddy read this month, so I'm very happy with that. But yeah, lots of stuff to come, and I'm really looking forward to March's reading stuff, so I'll talk a bit more about that in my next vlog. All in all, my physical health was good, my mental health went to not great places last week. But you know, doing some painting, doing some planning for really exciting content, taking part in sprints, and watching Formula One documentaries seem to have perked me right back up, and I feel good and ready for the next week. But yeah, it is 3:30 in the morning now. Part of me really wants to go to bed, and try and get some sleep. The other part of me really wants to push through and just see how far I can get in the day and just carry on, because I'm in a bit of a work zone at the moment. And I am at the moment in a bit of a period where I seem to be falling asleep between 3 and 6 and then being up all afternoon and all night. And I kind of want to try and flip it, so instead I'm getting up at sort of 6, 7 and being up during the day. But yeah, it's going to be a work in progress, so I'm just going to see how I get on. Let me know in the comments, have you finished any books this week? What's been your favourite book to read this week? And I will see you on the next vlog. Hope you're good, hope you're staying safe, and until next time.